Ed Bronstein was a successful architect for 20 years before he decided to change the course of his life. Inspired by his daughter's art education, he closed his business and decided to hone his own inner artist. Ed is naturally drawn to urban and rural landscapes, and most of his pieces are painted on site in one single session. I sat down with him to find out where his story began.
Ed, let's start at the beginning, because I kind of want to get to just know a little bit about you, and I'm very interested in how you even came to this right here. How did we discover we had a talent for painting, putting things on paper, on canvas, and making them come to life?
Well, it was an accident, first of all, I got to tell you. I was happily practicing architecture for a number of years, watching my children grow up. When my daughter started taking art in high school, and she began to major in art in high school, and all I ever saw her doing at the time was art till late at night, and usually she would wind up crying. And I was fascinated by what I was seeing. There was so much to it. I thought I knew a lot, but I didn't know anything about art, and so I asked for a painting set from my wife for Christmas, and she gave me a set of acrylics, and I set up a still life, and I tried to paint, and I realized I had no idea what I was doing, which was a shock to me. So I decided I'm going to enroll in an evening course at a local art school, Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. First night of class, we were painting a nude model, or we were drawing a nude model, and I realized that I had something there, that I felt like I had talent, but I had no idea how to use it. So I became sort of a constant nighttime student for 12 years. One of the problems with painting, for me at least, is that I have to be thinking.
It's methodical, it seems.
It is methodical, and there's an awful lot of things to remember, specifics about colors, which are transparent. I mean, there's a million specifics.
Did you even know then that you had a talent for art or painting or even drawing, putting things on paper?
I found that I had a talent for drawing and a desire to draw, and my dad was a carpet salesman, and he used to bring home blueprints, and I think that's what started me. I was fascinated with these blueprints, and I started to draw, and in high school I decided to take mechanical drawing tech courses, which I had an opportunity to do. And I loved visualizing things in 3 dimensions. I see everyday paintings that I do that are terrible, that just aren't going to make it. But then I do a painting that I really like. And I see changes in my work, but over time it's like, and hopefully it's slightly going up. That's the part that's the saving grace.
It was the love of dimensions that led Ed Bronstein to his first calling.
So architecture sort of became this passion. I started writing about it, reading about it, and writing about it. And when I went to college, I wanted to major in architecture. In my freshman year of college, I saw a photo of a painting in a magazine, and I decided to try and copy it, and I could copy it. So then I learned, oh, there's something else I can do. And then I started to paint in my freshman dorm room and sell them, which was pretty amazing to me at the time. This goes back 40-some years, but I sold, the most expensive one I sold was $200, and I thought, wow, this is something. And then I thought, this is not a good thing. It occurred to me that I could do that very easily, and I could make money at it. But I didn't like the feeling of it.
What do you mean by that?
I felt like I had a talent, but it wasn't a good thing to be using it the way I was using it to make money like that when I really didn't know anything about it. So I had enough work in college anyway, and I wound up actually giving haircuts for $1 a haircut, so that's how I made my money. in senior year, I decided to drop out. And I dropped out for a week from my class. And I came home and I said, I want to be a carpenter. And my dad said, in fact, I didn't send you to college to be a carpenter. You're not dropping out. And I was, a good kid. I did what I was told. The world was very different back then.
Absolutely.
I'm thrilled for kids these days who get to look at the world and figure it out for themselves. Somehow with age came a discovery of my inner self.
Yeah.
I followed Ed around the city as his eyes searched for an inspiring cityscape. Finally, he settled on a lush green spot at the Rittenhouse Square Park, where the warm afternoon sun was just perfect for the occasion.